Hey Divi Nation, thank you for joining us for another episode of Divi Creator Showcase, where we interview a Divi creator from the marketplace, learning all about their story, products, and ongoing journey as part of the Divi community. Today we are joined by Divi creator Peter from Divi Engine. He currently has over 360 sales in the Divi Marketplace. Let's learn a little bit more about Peter and his creations. Hey Peter, thank you for joining us. How are you doing today?
Hey, it's so good to see you, Matt. I'm really good. Actually, this past week I haven't been feeling so well, but today is good. I'm very good today, man.
See, it was meant to be. You felt better because there's something we need to do today. We need to talk about everything you're doing with Divi Engine. So before we get into your story about Divi, tell us real quick who you are, where you're from, and what you do.
Yeah, so my name is Peter Wilkinson. I'm originally from South Africa. I was born in South Africa, lived there for 17 years, moved over to the UK, and I was in England for 13 years. Now I've just recently moved to Wales. Wales is a different country, if nobody knows. Beautiful part of the UK, mountains around me. I've been involved in design, photography, web design. That's way back. Ended up just specializing just in web design because I was trying to do too much. And when I found that if you do too much, you end up failing. And that was me, and I failed many times. And then web design is what I did. I did that for a company and for customers. And then I started to do custom development for the customers, which led us to me starting Divi Engine. That's kind of how it started. Yeah. So
awesome. So you went down that path. Obviously you said you ended up, doing Divi Engine and stuff. So in between that, when did you first stumble upon Divi?
Way back, I was actually working in Joomla, right? And I was doing some like custom templates for Joomla. It was pretty bad, to be honest. It was horrendous. And then moved on to WordPress and kind of quickly found Divi. This is like when there was like Divi 2. Early 2 somethings. I forget, But yeah, found Divi and I just liked it because it helped you to create, different kind of websites and not be bound to one template, because during those days I was pretty cheap. Like I'm not going to buy loads of different templates. I just needed one that'll help me, and then I could expand.
Yeah.
And that's where I found Divi, right? And I didn't really look for any other multi-purpose themes. Like I didn't know. I found Divi. I was like, okay, this works for me.
Done deal.
But it's meant to be, man. Like I'm a man of I know like the things are all planned out, and it was definitely something that was orchestrated. And so from that, I found Divi and fell in love with it already from there.
Sweet. So you fell in love with it. You knew this is what I'm going to use. At what point were you like, all right, I need to make a product? Was there like something that caused you to do that, or were you just like, hey, let me give this a shot?
Yeah. So, well, I was actually working for another company, and funny enough, they were using Divi as well when I went for the job interview, which is great because I was like, I know Divi, that's perfect.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So we started to do that, and then I also did some stuff for my like own customers, and then I found that when we had how everything started was we had a portfolio of all the different projects, and the images would take so long to load. It'll take like 20 seconds to load for our portfolio page. And I was like, surely there's a better option than this. Surely there's something we can do. Tried lazy loading. Lazy loading was rubbish. And then I ended up looking at like deferring images. Deferring images is like lazy loading, but it doesn't require you to scroll to it to load. It basically loads in the background. Long story short, we did it. From 20 seconds, it came down to like 3 seconds. Wow. I was like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. So built this kind of miniature plugin, then was like, well, the Divi market might, other people want this. So that's when the first plugin that we made was Divi Nitro. And so it kind of, from there, we then added some script modification and I'll tell you what, it was a big steep learning curve because I didn't know what I was getting myself into.
So how long ago was that? When was that first product released?
So it's nearly 4 years now, I think it is. What's that? It's like 2016, 17, I think it is.
Yes,
it was in February. February is our birthday. That's all I know.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was 2017.
Wow. So it's weird because 2017 sounds so close, yet it actually is so far away. So during that time, like you obviously said steep learning curve and stuff, you learned a lot. Now, when you come up with new products, because obviously you have more than one, you have quite a few, what goes into that process? How do you decide, okay, this is my next product and I need to figure out how to make it? What goes into that process?
Yeah, so as a team, we love our customers. Our customers are like our family. Like we always refer to the Divi Engine family, like because we generally are like as a team, like staff members, but also our customers as well. So we always open to new ideas. You know, like all our plugins, like for example, you know, like Divi Body Commerce, for example, was made out of a customer wanting a need. They were saying, hey, I want the account areas of WooCommerce customized. How do you do that? Can you help? So then that's how we started that. Divi Mobile was another one, you know, like, hey, like mobile menus, like need some serious TLC.
Yeah.
Do you have anything? Okay. And then we started to do that. So we listen to customers, what their needs are, and then we evaluate, you know, like, and so Divi Engine tries to do the more complicated plugins, if you know what I mean. So stuff that's not easy to be made. So it's a bit of a headache because we use a lot of like Ajax, like a lot of like, complicated stuff, but it causes more headaches for us, but it's good because then it's creating a need, you know?
Yeah. So basically if you're a customer who has a very specific, extremely hard thing that you need created, hit him up because he's going to do it. Apparently like that's what he does. That's awesome though. I love to hear that. I love when it's not necessarily a product made out of your own personal needs, but more so the people that you serve need this. And you say, you know what, let's do it. And then some other person finds it and they're like, wow, I didn't know I needed this, but I do. And that's kind of how you developed all of your products. So speaking of that, on the marketplace, you have two products. You have Divi MegaMenu and, as you mentioned, Divi Mobile. So let's talk about them. First off, Divi MegaMenu, which has over 250 sales on the marketplace. Why do you think that is doing better than Divi Mobile? And for those who don't know, what is it?
Well, it's really interesting because when I first made Divi Mobile, I thought in my head that it was gonna take the market by storm, because a mobile menu is something so important and people always talking about it. Yeah. So we created this mobile menu, and the way Divi Mobile works though is it's kind of like it's really complicated in many ways because we give so many different options, and because of this, I think sometimes people get a bit scared, you know, and then they run away too early, or they're a bit like, oh, but really like for us with Divi Engine, we like to create complicated things because we see value in that. I don't want to just create a simple, you know, oh, here's a simple mobile menu, and then like, oh, what happens if you want to make it unique? What if you want to have it your own branding on your website? You know what I mean? Then that's where Divi Mobile, for example, comes into play. But I think the reason why I didn't do as well is probably because people wanted something a bit more simple, if I'm being honest. Yeah. But it was really interesting, and how Divi MegaMenu actually does better. So Divi MegaMenu is a plugin that helps, you know, like so. It's more desktop orientated, and you know, hover over menu bar, and then you can have like images, like, you know, carousel, whatever in the menu, and it's great because it's all done in the Divi Builder, and I think that's what people like about it. Is it's all done in the Divi Builder, so it's what you're familiar with, and you can put whatever you want. You're not governed by specific modules that we've made, you know, and we do have extra modules such as like vertical tabs and other modules we have to help accelerate the mega menus.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I was going through the demo earlier and I'm like, wow, there's a lot you could do here. I mean, if you have an idea for a menu, it's completely possible with your plugin. And, you know, that's not to say that Divi Mobile isn't doing great, because you also have 115 sales with that. And I mean, that's just awesome to see. But I think, me personally looking at it, I was like, ooh, okay, maybe I'm a little intimidated by it. But it's one of those things that once you do it, you're like, oh, I'm so happy that I did that, because now my website's actually like really nice on mobile, and everyone's on mobile. We were talking about this last episode. Everyone's on mobile. So you need to really think about that. And Divi Mobile is something you need to check out. So
we do have some presets as well. Like, so we have like 9 presets we made. Okay. Because so if you want something quick, you just go, okay, on preset 3, boom, boom. And then at that point you can fine tune it, change the colors, add your logo, whatever you want to do, and so.
Oh, so that's great. I mean, yeah, it's a no-brainer. Now between those two on the marketplace, which one's, I mean, I think I know, but which one is your personal favorite, and why do you think it's the most useful to the average Divi user?
So I think my most favorite is Divi Mobile. I'll be honest with you. Like, even though MegaMenu is got more sales, which you probably would think that'd be my favorite.
Yep.
I just love Divi Mobile because I don't know. It's just cool, man. Like, just the different burger icons you can create and the animations and the mobile styles. Like, we're also looking at like so you can have a nice sliding up menu, but also have a navigation menu at the bottom. Because when people are on their phone, it's like quick to just tap at the bottom. So creating new things like that is just interesting, and it's not like a normal. I think I love Divi, but the mobile menu on Divi needs some help, And
sure.
When you go on a website, you can tell it's Divi. You're just like, oh, that's a Divi website, because you know the mobile menu. Whereas with the Divi Mobile, you can make it completely not like Divi, but it's on Divi, and that's what I like about it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's all about with Divi. There are so many things you could add onto it that just make it feel like you can't even, someone like you who's been on Divi for so long, you might not even know it at first glance. You're like, is this a Divi website? And that's kind of a cool thing to have regarding your website, especially if it improves your UX. So
100%.
Going off of that, there are other people out there that obviously want to create their own products, but they're intimidated. So as someone who's been doing it for a while, do you have any advice for people that want to do it?
Yeah. So look, I think we haven't spoken about it before, but I've helped other guys as well in the industry, because I love helping the Divi community. I think for me, the main thing is like, be honest and be friendly. Like, I think one of the greatest successes to Divi Engine is the fact that we treat our customers the way they're like their only customer. We have had some real tricky ones, I'm not gonna lie to you. But there are some ones where, like, basically we love our customers. Love your customers, and then they will reward you. Like, and I don't love our customers because of that. But it's something that's really dear to our heart. Look after them, treasure them, and then you'll go far.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's great advice right there. And I do want to mention Nelson from last episode. He wanted to give a shout out to Peter, because he said Peter played a big role in him, kind of creating PA Creative. So there you go. Maybe if you guys need some help, hit up Peter. I mean, he seems like
don't contact
everyone
me.
Go send him an email. No, I was kidding. But
Nelson's such a good guy, man. He's such a good guy.
Yeah, it sounds like you really do help a lot of people out in the community, and I think that's great. If we're not competitors, right? Everyone here, we're trying to better Divi, and it's important that we all help each other in any way that we can. So,
just to say, I think what Nelson said last week was quite important, which I liked, was he said he tries to make plugins or products that aren't on the market already, and I think that's what we need to do. Like, if Divi MegaMenu is similar to Divi Mega Pro, which is from Divi Life, and we both were developing at the exact same time, and then Tim got in contact with me and was like, hey, sorry. And we're like, okay, look, we have to just release it now. But if Divi Life had released theirs, for example, I wouldn't make it, because I'm like, well, there's one already there. Let's not let's create something new, because we don't need loads of the same products out there.
Sure.
And I think that's something that I think will also enrich the community.
Yeah, that's great advice right there. So speaking of Divi Engine, what is your vision for the future? And do you have any potential teasers that you could share with like an upcoming release or whatever?
Yeah. So, I mean, look, Divi Engine's grown so much. We now have a team of, so there's 3, 4, nearly 5 guys of us, So we have a team, I have a great team who are with us. So there's a lot to come. We have guys working on full-time and dev. We have guys working full-time on marketing and blog posts. So we're going to be, this coming year, I'm really excited to see what's going on. I do have one of the most amazing team, like, working alongside me. And so I see Divi Engine just getting better and better and better, and creating more, like, better products. And creating cleaner code, and also offering more free resources, tutorials and freebies, stuff like that, to give back.
Awesome. So if they want to learn more about you and stay up to date, they should go to diviengine.com, right?
Yeah. So head up there. I mean, yeah, and if we have all Facebook as well, so we're pretty active on Facebook or our newsletter. So if you want to get in touch with us on diviengine.com, or our Facebook group. We have a members Facebook group and also a Facebook group to get all the latest stuff, you know.
Awesome. So yeah, I mean, if you're interested, especially with the upcoming free resources and stuff, definitely do that. Now, when it comes to talking to the Divi community directly, now is a great time, of course, because hopefully a lot of people are watching that are interested in what you have to say. So is there anything you want to tell the Divi community?
So yeah, I think for one thing is like it, like, and this might sound a bit deep, but like laugh is more about giving than taking. So there's something that we do at Divi Engine, and it's not a marketing ploy or it's nothing like that. But for every purchase you make on Divi Engine, we give a gift on your behalf to a charity in South Africa called the Sozo Foundation. And it's a charity that basically helps kids who are in a really, really poor area with underprivileged, give them opportunities for education and stuff like that. So the idea is that and this is also why I feel like Divi Engine has done well, is because from day one we've started with a giving heart, and I feel like money shouldn't be your focus. Like if money's your focus, you're doing it wrong. Like and by giving, it's almost like releasing the draw of wanting money, you know. So we give on your behalf, and I would challenge other people to do the same in their business, you know. Like see it as a marketing ploy, like take some money from your marketing budget, and instead of spending it on Google ads to give Google more money, like give it to a charity or a local organization.
Sure.
So that's what I would challenge people, just to change the way they're thinking in terms of their business, and give more than take.
I love that. Yeah. I mean, that's what it's all about at the end of the day, because anything you can do to better the lives of others is important. And the fact that you can do that while also getting something useful for your Divi website is amazing. I mean, you can't beat that. So I love that. And I think that's great. And I want to know, do you have any other final things you want to share with the community before we head out?
Well, I just want to say, first of all, I just want to thank my team, like publicly. Like I have a great team. You guys are amazing. And if anybody out there is like interested in, we're always looking for people to work with alongside or collaborate. So if anybody has anything, don't be scared to reach out. We're always happy to chat. And just the future is bright with Divi, really. So don't get sidetracked with all the other junk that people come and talk about. Divi is great, and there are some issues that we need to sort out, but as a community we can sort it out and better it. And I think Divi is only getting better. It's not getting worse. So
100%. We
join the Divi train and keep going.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like, there are some big things coming, and I am super excited, especially to see how people like you, Peter, use some of the new things coming out. So we're just
give us a sneak peek. You asked me for a sneak peek. Come on.
Let's have a cliffhanger here. We'll leave it at that. But that's going to do it, guys. Thanks for checking out another installment of Divi Creator Showcase. Don't forget to check out Peter's Divi Engine creator profile on the Marketplace. I'll leave a link to it in the description. And with that said, we'll see you next time.